Okay guys, getting ready to pull up to the beach halfway through my century ride, and I wanted to talk to you, and I hate to bring up this topic, but it's hard not to think about it, especially when I'm riding near the beach. Again, that's motorized bikes or e-bikes, electric bikes, however you want to label them, specifically or not specifically e-mountain bikes or e-gravel bikes, but just in general, the idea and the ownership of an electrified bike, a pedal assist bike. So I think you have to ask yourself this and think of it. Let's put this in this perspective. I never was a big golfer, but I've had bosses that just love to golf and would go a couple times a week. They come back to the office, because they usually go in the morning before work, and they would say, yeah, I walked the hole 18 this morning, or I walked 9 holes. I said, you walked it? I said, yeah, I didn't rent a cart. I pushed my bag on a cart and didn't rent the golf cart, so I feel like it's a workout. I said, yeah, that sounds like a workout. He says, yeah, one of my buddies that plays with me, he shoulders the bag. Doesn't carry a full set of clothes, but he shoulders it. And we feel that walking around the golf course is at least adding to our fitness, since we really like golf and we want to get some additional exercise. I said, yeah, I could see that. I mean, think about it. That's what happened before people had golf carts and then just used to walk. So let's think about that. Now, that could be applied to any other sport. What about rowing? I didn't go to camp, but I sent my kids to camp. My parents were too poor, but I was able to send my kids to camp, and they row boats. And I rowed boats myself. And it's a little bit of a workout, especially when you're having to row against wind. And if you think about it, yeah, they could row that lake and do that race. But if they got a motorized boat, it would basically eliminate that. Maybe they would row it up the shore, not use a motor. But for the most part, a motorized boat is no workout, whereas a rowboat is a workout. So, not that motorized bikes are absolutely, or pedal assist bikes are absolutely no workout. They are. You can set them up, you can put the lowest power setting, is what I hear people say. You could, I don't know if you could turn off the power, I don't know if that works, but I can imagine you would have to at one point. What if your battery runs out? So you would kind of be subject to pedaling it. And you can get some exercise with it. But what I'm saying is, it's giving in to the advancements of technology and giving in to the fact that you will not have the same amount of exercise had you just kept riding a normal bike. An analog bike is what now people are calling them. A bike without a motor, I should say. And that's what I'm saying, that it's come to the point where just admit to yourself that you could go either way. A motorized bike is a different sport. It's a sport that's a motor sport in a way. It's something that does not provide you with the same amount of exercise as a regular bike, unless you're comparing an e-mountain bike to a real heavy downhill bike. I guess both of them are the same amount of work on the way downhill, because you're pushing around a heavy bike. Because e-bikes are heavier. They definitely are heavier. Not that they're significantly heavier in the fact that they feel heavier, because all the torque is applied by the motor, so you don't feel the weight. But they're heavier, literally double the weight, maybe triple the weight of a regular bike. So I mean, it's just really up to you, and I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just saying that there is a blatant, obvious difference between riding bicycles and motorized bikes. And if you are trying to kind of ride the fence on that, I mean, to me, just take it to the next level. Get yourself a Sur-Ron, or what is it, Telluride, those mini electric motorcycles. Those, you're going to see those coming up here pretty soon. Here comes a couple. No, those aren't the Sur-Rons, but those are other ones, and they're popular. They're very popular, and they look fun as shit, but they're not a bicycle. They are a motorized vehicle, and they just happen to have two wheels, hence the word bicycle, but they're closer to a motorcycle than a bicycle, in my opinion. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack, but I'm just trying to point out the obvious. And if you're into e-bikes, motorized bikes, good for you. They're cool, and I'm not trying to take that away. And maybe you have both. Maybe you have a motorized bike that you use during the week when you don't have enough time and you want to get a quick loop around your park or up your mountain and do a quick run. That's great. More power to you. But I would prefer just to fill my garage with regular bikes, and you won't be seeing a motorized bike in my garage. See you later.